Welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Now, something you may notice immediately off the bat with this one is that there is no audio with the actual gameplay, and there was a reason why that happened. It was a really irritating thing that happened with this. What had happened was, back when I had recorded this video, I was basically through the entire series, every episode involved me playing the game and recording the audio commentary at the same time, a live commentary. And it worked with a majority of the episodes, and in fact it did work with this one as well. But something happened when I encoded the video and I made the episode, and it continued to work out fine. Then I went and re-encoded the video into a DivX format in order to make the video a compressed size so it could be more easily uploaded to the internet. Unfortunately, what happened when I did that was it left out the audio track. Now, you'd think it would left some sort of like an error message, like, hey, something's wrong here, or the audio didn't work. And I was pretty stupid myself. I should have gone and checked the episode itself to make sure that the audio carried over. And I failed to notice this for a number of weeks between the point in which I recorded the audio and when I went to the difference between when I recorded the audio, when I recorded the video and then transcoded it, until the point when I went to upload it on the YouTube. That only then was when I noticed that everything was wrong. So I'm recording this commentary, and I'll be uploading this one a little bit later on today. I should also warn you that this happened in the next episode as well, and then also episode, I think it's going to be episode number 8 or 10 or something like that. We're going to have the same problem. Fortunately, I'll have these things sorted out before that happens. Also, it's going to give a little bit of a downgrade in the quality of the video, because what I had to do was, since the original source files had been erased and became unrecoverable. Hey, that kid's there again. Jeez, catch him. Oh, he's gone. Since the original source files and the original encoded file, which had my commentary on it, had been deleted and are unrecoverable. Oh, we're getting the bottles now. Someone was talking about that in the comments for the last episode, how I had not picked up the butterfly net or the bottles. We got those now. Anyway, since all those files were deleted, I had to go and take the file that I was going to go and upload and then encode that over to a different format so I can reuse it with the ArcSoft Showbiz video editing program that I'm using right now to record this. Then I'm going to be encoding it back into an MPEG format, then probably re-encoding it again to maybe a more compressed format like an MPEG 4, and then I'll be uploading it, which will then be transcoded into like Flash video, whatever it is that YouTube's using these days. So it's going to be this hot potato is getting tossed around a bunch of times, and there will be a degradation in the quality of the video. It's unavoidable. Unfortunately, I apologize for all of this, and it is something you're going to see 2 more times before this series comes to a close. Okay, we have picked up the butterfly net and a magic bottle, so it gives us the chance to do things like pick up the butterfly, the fairy. Now, what will happen with the fairies is you will go and you can use the fairy to recover your HP like you would if you had just run across one in the field. You let it go and you go and touch it and it recovers your HP. One of the cool things I love about this game, was something that they added that they didn't have in the earlier ones, was in the event that you die, you run out of hearts and you get taken down, you can go and the fairy will automatically jump out and will heal you up for something like 7 hearts, which we only have 6 right now, so it'll be a complete healing. And it'll bring you back in the fighting shape. This comes really in handy later on in the game when the enemies become tougher. Feels kind of strange. We'll see why a little bit later. A later episode. It'll be after we go and get the Master Sword, I think. Okay, in order to get to the next dungeon, the Tower of Hera, we have to go and climb up Death Mountain. And that means we're going to have to be wandering through these dark tunnels. Hey, there's an old guy with a baked potato head. Okay, he's going to follow us, and we're going to take him through to the other side. Oh, they're holes. Okay. Alright, he's referring to a lot of people going up and looking for the golden power. He's referring to the Triforce, specifically. Okay, this is the grandfather of one of the maidens that was taken to the castle. Of course, they were all turned into, like, crystals or something. Oh, watch out for the rocks. And these weird squirrel things. You can't kill them, but if you hit them, they'll go and, Oh, he gave us a mirror. Oh, that's weird. This guy will be inside of here. You can go and talk to him if you want. Oh, how do you know what our quest is? I'm not sure what we found in here. Let's go check it out. Ah, bats. Oh, it's dark again. These dark rooms below. This is not I'm not even sure there's anything in here that was worthwhile getting. Unless you wanted to pick up these rupees here. But one of the things about the money in this game is it's not terribly necessary. I mean, most of the stuff in the game can be procured by other means other than buying it. Also, the few things that you do need money to purchase, like the super bombs later on, and that kind of stuff, you're going to end up, you're going to have plenty of cash by the time you get to that point in the game. So you're going to end up, especially with this LP, I ended up buying, or not buying a lot of stuff, but ending up with so much money that I reached the maximum amount of cash you can carry at any one time. Now this, I did not realize this at the time when I had gone through here, but the place we had just come into, that was actually the same thing that we were in a minute ago, just with a different entrance. So there's no point in going through here again. Let's get out of here. Up in this direction, we're going to find the ladder that takes us up out in front of the Tower of Hera. But we can't get to it right away because there is this big rock right in the way. We can't, this big thing right here, we can't do anything about that. We're going to have to find some way of getting past it. And look at this. A portal took us to the Dark World. Our first trip into the Dark World. Now we can't do anything here because we are a bunny. And the reason why is because of the Dark World was originally the Golden Land. The Golden Land was invaded by Ganon, who used his power, which in his mind shaped the Golden Land into this twisted, dark world here. And since most people looking for the golden power are apparently evil, you see a lot of monsters and stuff running around. Those are people that got trapped in the Dark World. And Link, teleported into the wrong spot. Back in the Light World when using the mirror. Link, when he got turned over to the Dark World, and his form takes on whatever exists in his heart. He's like a good person or something like that, so he turned into a bunny. Alright, we're good. Ah, darn, there's a piece of heart up there. Should I bother going to get that? Yeah, let's do it. Get the mirror back out. And we're right on top of it. Well, heart level increased. Now we have 7. Sweet. Another squirrel thing. And the Tower of Hera is right here. Had we taken a closer look when we were in the Dark World, we would see another tower standing here in the Dark World. But we can't get to that just yet. Now this is something that we can go use the book to read, but we need the Master Sword in order to get this power. And we don't have the Master Sword, so we can't do that just yet. We'll have to come back here later. Looks like this mountain's floating on a cloud. Okay, this is the Tower of Hera, and this is the third and final dungeon in the Light World. And this one's going to take place having us jump through a lot of these different areas and then hitting the switches, which will raise and lower these pegs, allowing us to enter or pass through these different areas. Also note that the magic mirror, if used while in a dungeon, will take us back to the entrance, which was a pretty smart move on Nintendo's part to have that, because, let's face it, there are a number of parts where you could potentially find yourself getting stuck and unable to retreat back to where you were before or continue on. And in fact, I think there may actually be occasions where in this game where you actually have to go and use the magic mirror, or else you're not going to be able to proceed through all the way through the dungeon. Oh, I hate these rooms. You get the tiles that come up, and we actually have to survive this the entire time, because once all the tiles are done flying, then the door unlocks. It's actually one of the more irritating parts of the game design, because every time we go through here, I think the tiles are going to... I could be wrong about this. I can't remember. But I think every time you go into this room, you're going to find that these tiles fly up and try to take you down. Something that I don't think was a good idea, because you really shouldn't make a person do something more than once. Hey, it looks like a Space Invader monster, doesn't it? Alien. Crazy good boomerang action there. Although these monsters don't seem to be affected by it. Oh, okay. Can go and use the torch to light these things. Puzzle. Oh, it's the big key. Got the big key kind of early in this dungeon, didn't we? I think that's kind of an irritating thing, that they sometimes give you the big key rather early in a dungeon, and then and that really only gets you through one door, and then after you get through that, then you have oftentimes a lot of other dungeon that you need to go and proceed through. Okay, apparently I was wrong. All the tiles don't fly up every time you walk through that door. So I guess I really didn't have any justification complaining about that. Ah, jeez. I gotta go back downstairs and trigger the thing so I can get through. Oh, okay, there they are again. Okay, I was right. Jeez, what's wrong with me? If I were trying to get through here and like I was lost in the dungeon and went back through there to try and see if there's anything over there I missed, I would have to go and fight those tiles again. And that's an irritating thing. I think that's a sign of maybe not the best design. Of course, it's not an absolute necessity that you have to go and do this again. Okay, there's these damn monsters here. I think we have to kill all of them. And we have the floor that in the event that you fall through that, it'll take you to the floor beneath you. And you hit this star and the holes in the floor change. If one of those monsters happen to be standing on top of where the floor changed to, the monster will fall through it. Okay, we can get through now. Oh, big key. Now the dungeon will continue, despite the fact that we just used the big key. Get away. Apparently they can't get you in the door. Get away. There we go. Up there is the big chest there. That, what the old, not the old man, but the weird little monster dude, the crazy ball guy, said that the moon pearl would allow you to maintain your shape, your normal shape in the dark world. So that is what's inside the big chest. So once we get that, we will be able to, when in the dark world, maintain our shape as Link. And apparently that did not give us access. We're going to have to keep going. Okay, we're going to have to fall through the floor at some point in order to... Oh, nope, not there. In order to access the big chest. I think this might be it here. Yep. And boom, moon pearl. Now, I would have to say the first time I played through this game, I was a bit disappointed that the moon pearl was what you found in this big chest. Because throughout this game, in fact, in the first Zelda, it was the same way too. Whenever you got into a dungeon, you found a new treasure chest with a new special item that you could pick up. And I thought that was pretty awesome, because it would always be like, oh, what are we going to get now? And then you'd find out what it was, and it would always be something pretty awesome. And sometimes it was disappointing, but it was always something that you could use, like the magic wand or the bow and arrow or something like that. The boomerang, for example. But when I got to this one, it was different. It was like, oh, something that is passive in functionality, actually. So it's not something that you could actually just run around and use, and I was disappointed about that. Okay, here is the boss, and it's, I was a little misguided in my belief that I could damage the thing with bombs, or the bow and arrow, perhaps, and all that stuff doesn't work. I think the only way you can actually hurt this thing is to go and hit it in the tail, that little spinny thing in the tail, with your sword. I don't think bombs do any damage. See, the bombs, I missed anyway, but I'm pretty sure the bombs do nothing. See, there we go, that would have hit. Bombs do nothing. You gotta hit it with the sword, and the thing will bump you around, so you gotta be careful. It'll also do damage, but what'll happen is if you fall through the floor, you will be taken down to the floor beneath you, and then you have to find your way back up here and then fight the thing again, and I think its health gets replenished. So you don't really want that to happen, and I'm gonna have to say I think it's been a little while since I played this part when I recorded the footage, but I do think that I fall through the floor here. Like, just, wow, that was crazy. Oh, why did that happen? I'm trying with the bombs again. What's wrong with me? No damage whatsoever. And same thing with the bow and arrow. That's not going to do any damage. So quit screwing with that. Even if you hit the tail, I think you do no damage. Oh, and down I go. And what's this? Oh, I fell through another hole. So I fell down 2 floors, and I have to find my way back up. Unbe-frickin-leavable. It's a little bit of a frustration, but it's not really bad mechanics or anything like that. Make you not want to fall off of things, though, that's for sure. And we have the pots over here that you can lift up to go and replenish your health. Although you can't rely on those to always be there. You only get them once and then they disappear. Unless you, of course, you leave the dungeon and come back. You're not going to damage it with the bow and arrow. Stop trying. Oh, I feel so stupid trying that right now. I'm pretty sure I explained it away, the reason why I was attempting to do it back when I was recording the original commentary, but I can't quite remember what I said back then. Okay, I do remember in this time, though, I do in fact beat this weird bug thing. Come on over here and get yourself killed. I don't get what this boss is supposed to be. Is this something that's like intelligently rolling over the castle, or is this something that just some monster that they put in this room that is guarding the last pendant that we need? I don't know. I don't think that's never actually explained. I don't think it really needs to be, of course, but you know, it would have been, I guess, nice. Son of a bitch! Oh, don't tell me I fell twice. I fell twice. Unbelievable. I don't even remember doing it. The smart thing would have been to cut that part out, so you wouldn't even see it. I wouldn't feel embarrassed. But, you know. I was obviously doing this much more intelligently this time around. Judging by how much time is left on the timer and the progress bar passing through, I can tell you with a fair amount of certainty that I did not fall again. I feel so stupid now. Stupid, I tell you. Now the thing is gotten angry. It's moving faster. Harder to hit. Would ever get over here. I could try. But the bosses in the beginning of the game aren't difficult. It's not supposed to be. Oh, it's dead. Oh, maybe it doesn't replenish its health if you fall through. Because that thing took a surprisingly few hits before it died. But there we go. There's the pendant. There's the heart. And we have the last pendant. We can get the Master Sword in the next episode. I apologize again for the state of sound in this episode, and I apologize for the future me, which will later say the same thing about the next episode.